This man is obsessed with symmetry. He can't even step where the tiles meet because he worries that the tiles would be too small for his feet. He throws his bag on the floor, steps over it, and then retrieves it all in one motion to avoid stepping on the tiles. His friend tries to help him overcome it. He did well. He even started to walk like a crab because his friend pushed him hard. He was even upside down. He didn't even step on the line of the carpet. In addition, he wants everything to be symmetrical. When he pushes his glasses, he has to push with both his left and right hands together. When he wears a watch to tell time, he has to wear one on each hand. He compulsively organizes things and avoids stepping on lines and cracks. He even gave himself the symmetrical name, Otto. And the following 4 compulsions are even worse. Do you have this kind of OCD? Anna Maria has checking OCD. Once she leaves the house, she does nothing but wonder, is her door locked? She runs back to check and goes out again. Then she thinks, hey, I think I left the lid open. So she goes home again. She checks the lid of the cookie jar, the shampoo lid, and the toilet lid. Now she can go out, can't she? She got on the bus. Then suddenly someone called. Her friend tells her that her house was burglarized. Even her friend's underwear was stolen. The thief got in through the window. So she thinks, oh shit, I have to close the windows and doors at home. Anna Maria gets off the bus and goes back to her house again to close the windows. Then she went back again to check if the candles were blown out. All day long, she's either at home or on her way home. The third one is Federico. He has Coprolalia. He makes obscene gestures and utters vulgar phrases. Federico never knows where or when. He curses every few seconds. You're such an asshole. While Federico is on the street, he walks and curses at the same time, while sticking out his tongue. He makes all kinds of gestures. Because of this, he offends too many people. So he started selling parrots at home. But the parrots were always returned because the parrots follow his example. Federico swears 6 times every 5 minutes. After a quick calculation, he swears 72 times an hour. That's 1,368 times a day. That's 499,320 times a year. It turns out that the 4th person, Emilio, is an arithmaniac who crunches numbers. He's obsessive-compulsive. Wherever there are numbers, he will always calculate them. Emilio is a cab driver. He looks at the license plate number of the car next to his on the road, and counts the number of times he sees the bus. He even counts the number of steps he takes when going up and down the stairs. And the most shameful and awesome thing of all, he even counts the number of his little swimmers in his love juice. There's no one else like him. As for number 5, most people have it. Have you ever seen someone with contamination OCD? Whenever Blanca touches something unfamiliar, she has to wash her skin as soon as possible. She squeezes her hands full of hand sanitizer, and turns the faucet on as high as it can go. Then she rubs her hands together as hard as she can. She rubs her hands in a circular motion, crosswise, and backwards. Blanca wanted to soak in the sink every day. She never opens the door with her hands. She uses her feet. Even if someone touches her hair, she'd rush into the toilet and start washing her hair. She skillfully pulls out all kinds of detergents from her bag. She even carries a hair dryer with her. She also never uses anything that falls on the floor. The 6th person with OCD is Lily. What's her problem? We'll find out in a minute. And all 6 of these weird obsessive-compulsive disorder sufferers all came to see the same psychiatrist. But for some reason, the doctor never showed up. They were getting tired of waiting. Then the assistant showed up to tell them that the doctor's flight had been delayed due to the weather. Hearing this news made Federico anxious. He started cursing and yelling, and Anna Maria kept drawing crosses. Everyone was sick, but only Lily was unusually quiet. She doesn't seem to have OCD. Did she really have it? Lily suddenly started screaming. The people around her were shocked. Lily suffers from echolalia and palilalia, wherein she repeats phrases others say as well as her own. Suddenly, she's out of control, repeating the same word over and over, and repeating it louder and louder, or repeating her words and actions several times. People were coming to see the psychiatrist, but the psychiatrist hadn't arrived yet. So the assistant told them to get to know each other first and have a chat. Otto was the first to speak. He said he can't step on threads and seams, and he can't see anything messed up, or else he'll die. Even on a date, he had to also place things neatly and symmetrically. His date thought he was a pervert. The longest relationship he ever had was only 3 days. Blanca had just washed her hands. She came out of the restroom. Emilio threw her a ball, but she was so scared that she said she was ruined. Then she ran back to wash her hands. Blanca is a biologist. Her long time studying microorganisms and bacteria has led her to believe that everything in life is dirty. Not only does she clean herself daily, she also cleans her office more than 10 times a day. All the cleaning ladies complained that she was stealing their jobs. Emilio, who is an arithmaniac, not only loves numbers, he's also a compulsive hoarder. His house is full of garbage. His wife couldn't stand it. She couldn't stand being in the garbage every day. She wants to divorce him. And Anna Maria was always worried about electrical switches and keys. She was isolated from her friends. She's always late for work, and not happy. They all told each other what was on their minds, and they all felt compassion for each other. Since no doctor could effectively cure their 6 different obsessive-compulsive disorders, they decided to have a round of self-therapy. Luckily, it worked like a charm. Federico volunteered to go first. The treatment is very simple. He had to try to not say a word for 3 minutes. As the clock started to run, Federico's facial features began to distort. Even the master of expression management was ashamed of himself. But not even a few seconds later. Fucking asshole. Once Federico shuts up, he becomes tense. And the more tense he gets, the worse he curses. Lily on the side also started to suffer. SSSS. Otto had to pat her on the shoulder to calm her down. Everyone was discouraged by the failure, but Emilio realized that Federico's swear words were decreasing. In the end, he only said the name of an ugly fish. It seems that the treatment has begun to pay off. The second person to get treated was Anna Maria. Just like Federico, she had to not check anything for 3 minutes. She couldn't do any prayer gestures either. They surrounded her and started asking her questions. They asked her if she had her keys. Did she put the lid on the toilet? Did she turn off the gas? Did she turn off the air conditioner? These things happen all the time. How can you be sure? Oh man. Under the repeated stimulation of the crowd, Anna Maria finally broke. She couldn't catch her breath. She was about to pass out. Everyone gathered around her, and they rushed to take out her key. That was the only way to avoid a major disaster. Then they came to Lily. They all said some words to her that she didn't understand, and attempted to make her repeat them. But Lily's vocabulary was so deep. Every time, she got it exactly right. Now she's got her defenses up. She started talking. Go go, go go, go go. Lily exclaimed and quickly dashed out of the room. It seemed that they needed to treat her slowly. Next up, they tried to treat Blanca. They came up with an even crazier treatment for her. Have you ever sat on a public toilet? A public toilet has probably rubbed against the asses of thousands of people. It can instantly make a clean freak explode. Blanca, who is an obsessive-compulsive cleanliness freak, doesn't dare to touch it. In order to cure Blanca's obsessive-compulsive disorder, Emilio grabbed her hand and pressed it on the sink, while wiping the water on it. This sticky feeling scared Blanca. They also began saying the names of various bacteria. She was struggling, thinking that the water on it might have spilled out of the toilet. Blanca became furious and she slapped Emilio in the face. To her, uncleanliness was tantamount to killing her. Once again, the treatment failed. Next up was Otto. They found a rug and pushed Otto to walk on it. When he was about to step on the line, his feet would rotate 90 degrees, and he started doing the crab walk. Lily even teased him. If you can do it, I'll give you a kiss, she said. Otto's heart fluttered after hearing this. Everyone pushed him out. Who knew that Otto was this athletic? After a handstand and then a cartwheel, both his feet precisely did not step on the line. They thought his eyes must have seen the line, and gave feedback to his brain to make him like this. So they found another piece of rag to cover his eyes, and deliberately guided him to retrace his steps. But when he took off the blindfold, the moment he saw his feet on the line, Otto immediately screamed, and he jumped into Emilio's arms. The treatment failed again and again. Last was Emilio. In order to cure his calculation compulsion, everyone took turns to give him problems. But he's an expert. The moment the question came out, he blurted out the answer. Emilio said the questions were too simple. He couldn't cure himself, so he wanted to leave. He was about to walk out of the door, when Federico asked him, "How many times did Anna Maria draw the sign of the cross in the past hour?" Emilio was in a quandary. Federico saw his chance and he asked him again. So Federico asked, "In the past 2 hours, how many dirty words have I said?" Emilio still couldn't answer. Then he excused himself by saying, "I was too busy treating you. I did not pay attention to this." It seems that he can still restrain himself from counting. Federico remembered that, when Anna Maria was convulsing and Otto gave her some water, he stepped on the carpet seam. Also, in order to calm herself down, Blanca touched her body all over, but she didn't wash her hands afterward. Then they all realized, when everyone's attention is distracted, their brain turns off their OCD on its own. Everyone returned to normal for a short while. Blanca also realized that Anna Maria didn't draw the prayer sign before the treatment. When Lily answered the questionnaire, she didn't repeat her answers. They all found a solution to their problems. Otto also found another solution. He kissed Lily whenever she was about to repeat herself. He not only curbed his compulsion but also gained love. Now only Federico was still cursing. The doctor was going to be back soon, but everyone said they didn't need the doctor. Finally, the 6 of them set up a group chat, so they could treat each other regularly. Although Federico didn't find a way, that night, Everyone was happy. After everyone left, the assistant started to organize the furniture. When it was time to go home, the doctor finally showed up. It turns out that Federico is a psychiatrist. From the beginning, when the plane was late to the final treatment, it was all arranged by him. A few days later, the clinic received a new batch of obsessive-compulsive patients. Although Federico knows his disease is difficult to cure, he still hopes to help others and himself at the same time. That's the end of the movie. This movie is called Talk Talk. Our question for this issue: what is your obsession? Put your answers in the comments section. K has a compulsion too. K has to narrate a video every day. If K doesn't do it, K feels sick and lazy. K recommends everyone go watch the original movie. Well, that's it for this installment. Remember to like and subscribe. See you next time. Bye.